24 years with the same company. This morning, I walked out. I am not the original poster. This is a repost. Originally posted in March 2022 by a deleted user in our construction. Part of why I wanted to share this is that I hope that the deleted user is still a Redditor and might even see this and let us know how things ended up with both the old company and the new one. 24 years with the same company. This morning, I walked out. The 1st of March 2022. I've been the Director of Operations for a mid-sized GC for the last 4.5 years with this company. Before that I was the General Superintendent, Senior Superintendent, all the way back to my internship and subsequent hire as an AST Super in '98. Being a field guy from the beginning, I've always stood up for the guys and gals in the trailer. Work-life balance, bonuses, vacations, site accommodations, lodging, etc. Friday morning I began looking over the plus delta evaluations where I had approved salary increases and bonuses that should have taken effect on the 1st of January 2022. These increases were for total staff office and field. I found out earlier in the week that a few of our traveling personnel hadn't received anything. 3 out of the 76 office staff had their raises approved Aussies, and 3 had theirs reduced by the partners. I had put in for call increases of 9% plus an average of about 7% 10% salary, for a total of 16% 19%. The 3 that were reduced got a 7.5% call increase, which put them at the same spending capacity as last year at this time. Not ideal, but they are all 3 just part-time and basically gophers. The problem came when my traveling supers, AST supers, safety officers and QC got nothing, and my local supers got 3% 5%. I had put in for 15% to 20% across the board, due to no raises being given during the whole COVID fiasco. On top of this, all bonuses were denied. I personally haven't had anything more than a call increase of about 5% per year since I took this position, except during COVID, and I'm fine with it. I make a very healthy salary. I called a meeting with the 4 partners to discuss these denials. The reasoning was that they believe our per diem rates more than adequately compensate the traveling staff, and there's no way that they're using it all for traveling expenses. In one partner's words, they can stay in cheaper hotels or share a house together and keep the rest. The local supers were basically stuck with what they got. Seeing that I wouldn't get anywhere with them, I chose to leave it at that. Ended the meeting and went back to my office. This morning I went to the office, transferred some files I needed to a flash drive, wiped my computer, phone, laptop and tablet, emailed my resignation, along with emails to my field staff explaining the issue with raises, and informing them of my immediate resignation, and went for a beer. The reality hasn't hit me yet, that if I choose to keep working, it will be hard to step into the same position with another company. But I don't think it will matter much. Once it does, I don't doubt there will be more resignations behind mine. You can proudly call yourself a builder, right up until you have nobody left to build it for you. Update: 24 years with the same company. This morning I walked out the 10th of March 2022. You can find the original post here. https://r/construction/comments/t4nub/24 years with the same company. This morning, So, the last 8 days have been relaxing, boring, exciting, eye-opening, and a little depressing. The old company called and I went in and sat down with them on Friday morning. They're not budging on the raises but offered me more money to come back. It's like they haven't met me once in the last 24 years. I declined their offer and went back home. I made sure to return calls from members of the field team that have called me, and I informed them of the meeting and subsequent outcome. It sounds as if they're about to lose quite a few good supers and other staff. Beyond that, we got a little ice and snow last week, so I just stayed in and relaxed. Brushed up my resume and LinkedIn. Opened an account with Indeed. Did some cooking. And did my best to stay busy. I got a call last Wednesday afternoon from a recruiter. 2 more on Thursday. And 1 on Friday. One that I talked to on Wednesday. Called again Friday with a counterpart from the company. I've talked to them 2 more times this week and will interview officially in Chicago tomorrow. I'm currently at the airport. They're an international infrastructure contractor who does a lot of work overseas, and they have data infrastructure projects starting in 3 areas where I speak the languages. I honestly didn't think I'd be excited about working elsewhere, but the idea of learning new building trends and practices in another country intrigues me. This company hasn't balked at my salary requirements and actually made it seem as if I were lowballing myself. The benefits package is only a little better than what I've had for the last 10 years. But the opportunity has me beside myself. Reminder: I am not the original poster. This is a repost. Originally posted in March 2022 by a deleted user in our construction. Using my amazing powers of prediction, I anticipate the partners bitterly regretting not giving call increases once they start trying to recruit replacements for this guy, and the people under him who also took the opportunity to see what their options were. You know it's bad in the US when I was honestly shocked anyone is giving cost of living raises. Basically ever. Companies would rather have to hire 100 unqualified candidates, onboard them, then fire them and suffer a 20% drop in overall productivity than pay a reasonable wage. Per diem is not part of a wage and companies write that money off. Sure, I can eat ramen on the road and pocket the money, but that is not part of my compensation. Another example of idiotic management stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. Man, this is endemic of this industry. I have been in it as long as he has, and it is all the same. Screw everyone but the owners, and then it all falls apart. Nobody wants to work anymore. This guy's bosses. Probably. Good for him for sticking to his ethics. Sounds like it didn't hurt him at all. As a frequenter of our Best of Legal Advice, I saw Director of Operations and got excited to reread an old classic. Lol. This one was kinda sad. Hope this oop is doing well now. I work in IT. I see this all the time. IT pros are known for being job hoppers. It's disgraceful, but not something that will change. When a company gets in a financial squeeze, one of the first things they do is cut the IT budget. It's because what IT does is not a tangible thing. You can't hold it in your hand. So upper management thinks they can do without that latest piece of software. It's okay if the servers don't get updates this year. The computers will still power up in the morning. And it is fine. Until something breaks. Then they find out it can't be fixed because first they need to replace old equipment. Then they need to spend a week applying updates. Then the databases need to be rebuilt and cleaned up. So, my whole career I haven't spent more than 8 years at one company. It sucks. But it does pay damned good money. Especially when I walk into a company in trouble because they laid off all their IT staff last year. They pay me twice the money for problems that never would have happened if only they hadn't let go of that lowly tech sitting in the corner with his $15 per hour paycheck. And that lowly tech is now making big bucks fixing the problems at that company down the street who did the same thing. It's a shame that stupidity is spreading to other fields. I bet he was lowballing a contracting job out of the country. I am confident he was lowballing himself. Barely any raises beyond call? And that's why you never bend over backwards for a job, 'cause they won't ever value you. I work for the government. At my last cost of living increase was about 25 cents. Companies really need to pay their employees better. I won't complain because I'm very well paid for what I do. But the junior level employees definitely need to get a better increase. I can only hope wherever he ended up he hooked up his old colleagues. Wanna bet the partners were taking a pay cut? Company. We'll be cheap. Save money and deny these people their bonuses. The prize. Losing a valuable member of the company. At least they didn't get a coupon for a Jelly of the Month club. At one of my old companies, I just couldn't get things going the way I thought was best. So like I started to look around. My boss's boss then called me in a meeting. We talked about how middle management was not performing like they should. Plus they had no incentives to work with anyway. She then offered me a middle management position. My exact words. Not for double the salary. I wasn't going to get stressed for more money. Money buys no work stress relief. Rule number 1. Don't tell them your salary requirement. Find out what they are offering first. Can we get a key added to posts from subreddits with their own acronyms? What does call, QC or GC mean? Never give yourself to a workplace entirely. That's the lesson I've learned from these types of posts. And it's why I don't ever give 100% of my energy to my workplace. I do my job, the one I am paid for. Nothing more. Nothing less. Am I the crazy one here? 16% to 19% raises across the board is a lot. I don't know anyone that got that this year. Across multiple states and industries. The partners giving them 0% is dumb. But 1,619% is obscene. That's almost promotion level.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.